I'm Mr. Kelvin. Today we are going to check on the general layouts of a tractor. Our objectives today is that by the end of the topic, you as a trainee, you shouldn't be able to state the main components of a 2 and a 4-wheel drive tractor. You should state the working relationship of the main components of a tractor. You should state the attachment points for auxiliary equipment. You should list various auxiliary equipment, and you should state the PTO points of a tractor. So let's start by defining a tractor. So a tractor is a machine used to transmit power to farm implements and machinery to carry out useful work on farm. Forms in which tractor transmits power. So tractor transmits power through pulling or pushing. That's example of that is the power transmitted to trailers. We have the power from the PTO. We have the power through the belt pulley. An example of that is the power transmitted to corn harvester. We have the power transmitted through the hydraulics. That's example of hydraulics. We have the power transmitted to plows, to harrows, to rotavators, and others. Let's look at the classification of a tractor. So tractor is classified in accordance to two main categories. We have one category according to purpose, and the other one we have according to the power transmitted. Let's start by according to purpose. This is the purpose. The purpose is the work in which the tractor is going to do. For example, we have the general purpose tractor, we have crawler tractor, we have garden tractor, we have walking tractors. In according to the power transmitted, we have small, medium, and large tractors. And in terms of the power transmitted, power is transmitted to tractor in terms of horsepower. So for small tractors, these are tractors with a horsepower of less than 25 horsepower. For medium tractors, they have an horsepower of between 25 to 50. And for large tractors, these tractors have an horsepower of more than 50. Let's see the components of an agricultural tractor. So we have component number 1, we have the engine. That's the main components of an agricultural tractor. An engine is just like an heart to a tractor or to any machine. So we have the engine, we have the clutch, we have the gearbox, we have the oil filter, we have the front tire, we have the clutch pedal, we have the hydraulic lever, we have the radiator, we have the final drive, we have the air inlet, we have the front weight, we have the steering wheel, we have the rear tire, we have the gear lever, the oil cooler, the air outlet manifold, the air cleaner, the fuel filter, the operator seats, the muffler, and the air brake. Let's look at the work relationship of the main components of a tractor. So let's start with the brake. So the brake system in a 2-wheel drive, we have brakes only on the rear wheel, but in 4-wheel drive we have the brakes on both rear and front wheels. The air intake system. For the 2-wheel drive, the air intake system is naturally aspirated, while for the four-wheel drive, it is both natural and turbo charged. Let's look at the air cleaner. In two-wheel drive, most dry element type of a cleaner is used, but in four-wheel drive, we have the both dry and wet type of air cleaner being used. Let's look at the attachment points for auxiliary equipments. So auxiliary equipments are attached to a tractor in the following parts. We have the rear of the tractor, we have the front of the tractor, we have the mid of the tractor, we have semi-tread, and we have the tread. Let's look at the examples of auxiliary equipments. We have the plows, the mowers, the arrows, the balers, the sprayers, the lakes, the rotavators, and others. Let's look at the power takeoff points of a tractor. So power takeoff points of a tractor are in the rear, the front, or the midway. Finally, let's see about the procedure for hitching an implement in a tractor. So procedure number 1, you have to back squarely. Procedure number 2, you have to lower the hydraulic down on position. Procedure number 3, you have to fit the left hand lower ring. The fourth procedure, you have to fit the right hand lower ring. And the fifth and the final procedure, you have to fit the top link. Thank you.